Hello, hello. So, I am in pain. I am so much in pain. It hurts so bad, honestly. So, I took out my tooth, and let me tell you, that was a painful experience. Previously, I went to the dentist 2 years ago, and I tell you, that teeth was stuck inside my gums, and you couldn't see it poking outside. And when they took it out, that was painless. This tooth that they took out right now, This tooth they took out right now, that tooth, oh my gosh, not even the numbingness can stop the pain. It was so bad, so bad. I could feel them when they were pulling things out, pushing things out. And I did feel that last time, but not to an extent like this. This was so bad. It's so bad. I have pieces over here. I have some pieces over here, and it's it's just, oh my gosh. It's looking at it gives me the shivers. I am so terrified. Uh, I'm still in pain. I'm still in pain. I don't look so good. I do not look so good. I'm sorry. I look terrible. I'm sorry. The pain is just so bad. I mean, last time when I took my tooth out, it was so perfect because it barely pained. Now it pains so bad. Honestly, this tooth I took out was such a painful tooth. I can't believe it. It's still paining now, even after it's gone. The gums inside are like jelly. So, so, I hope you can hear me, but unfortunately, I have to be muzzled up like this. It's so cold. My tooth, my gums are paining. Maybe you can see me better. Okay, so, what's in the news today? Oh yeah, good news. Good news. Roe v. Wade is overturned. Such good news, and I totally forgot about it because of the pain I'm going through right now. It's so difficult to keep up with. Uh, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised we finally got this overturned. I'm so excited. I am pro-life. I've been pro-life for such a long time, even when I was atheist. In fact, I became pro-life since I was an atheist. Obviously, I'm not an atheist now. Obviously, I'm not an atheist now. But when I became pro-life, and the understanding of abortion back then really spoke to me, because when you see a bunch of children getting mauled, basically ripped apart, like how my tooth was ripped apart, that's not nice. That's not nice. Children aren't supposed to be ripped apart. I'm happy that they've actually took this down. I'm so excited that it happened, but just remember that this is going to continue. There's going to be a lot of backlash from this overturning. A lot of people are going to be mad, and I have to tell people that, hey, keep moving. Do not stop what you're doing. The pro-life movement must continue to protect children. This is not the beginning. Well, this is not the end. In fact, it's just a tiny pinch of the beginning. You know, this is where the real protection starts. Now we can actually focus on so much more. Uh, Now a lot of people are so mad. A lot of people are so mad, seething. How dare children live? How dare they? And I've seen some comments that will say, "Oh, now who's gonna look after these children?" It's like, excuse me, you're really gonna say that? They're children. So what? You must let them die? Oh, they're not gonna have parents, but you must let them die. They call them unwanted children, but guess what? Guess what? Many people get disowned. Does it mean they deserve to live? Of course. So why on earth should we kill children? And the way they make it seem as if only the women who need abortions or need, there's no need for it, but they use their small excuses like they always use this excuse, incest. For people who really rancor incest, they love using it as an excuse. They also use wealth as an excuse, which is crazy because these people rancor capitalism. They rancor capitalism so much. So for them to use capitalism as a way to defend themselves, it's really overreaching. It's embarrassing. These are so-called socialists. These are so-called communists. Why are they defending money all of a sudden? They're supposed to be so happy that children can live, but no, they don't care. They are so pro-capitalist now. All of a sudden, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Uh, and you'll see a bunch of men talk about this as well, defend abortion. It's like, grow up, men, grow up. When you see these men defend abortion, that's embarrassing. They always say, it's a woman's right. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I do not have a problem with abortion. I think people who do think it's wrong shouldn't have to pay for it with taxes. Exactly, exactly. That's something important as well. That's something important as well. A lot of people pay with it with taxes. I don't even know if my parents' taxes go towards my country's abortion. Because abortion over here is so minuscule. It's not really spoken of compared to America, where like even in third trimester, now they have fourth trimester, which is even insane. You know, it's crazy to see how far this has gotten. It used to be safe, legal, and rare, as their slogan used to be, but now it's not safe, legal, and rare. It's 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 not even that. Anyone can get it now, you know. And all of a sudden, they know the meaning of woman. A couple weeks ago, they did not know the meaning of woman. Crazy, isn't it? Oh, honestly. Today is such a strange day. I went to the dentist, got my tooth pulled out, uh, still paining. My gum is in jelly, literally in jelly. I wish I can open my mouth and show you, but opening it too much is going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem because I can't stretch my mouth too much. It's literally like jelly. I can see it like jelly. It feels like jelly. If I move to the left, the gums leak to the left. It's so insane, honestly. If I move right, the gum will move right. It's so insane how my teeth has become. And look, I know this is kind of gross, but this is a warning to some people. I do not eat too much sweets. As I grew up, I lost the taste for sweets, mostly because it's unhealthy. I eat very, very little. But honestly, when I was a kid, I was a greedy bastard, okay? I would have containers of sweetmeats back in Diwali time. I would keep in my own room, and I never would eat all of them. I would just keep them, and then they got rotten. It's just so crazy how I was when I was a kid, and now as an adult, I pay, I pay the repercussions. It's embarrassing, that I have to go through such pain. Now the rest of my teeth is okay. It's easy to use, but it's slightly brown. Some of them may have slight darkness in it, but it's not as destroyed as this. This was one of my chewing teeth. I would chew, chew, chew. It used to be very big, but as the years went back, as the years no went forward, as the years progressed, uh, something crazy happened. Slowly but surely, my teeth started to break away on its own. Every so often, I'll find a piece, on my tongue, and then I would only chew on it, and it became a crater. It literally became a crater. That's how small it was. Maybe a small section was tall, but the rest was literally a crater. And I would chew on it, and food will get stuck on it. Even yesterday, I was eating something, and food was stuck on it. And here's the craziest thing about today. I had like 4 injections around my tooth and gum. It was so bad. Not even those injections could help. They're supposed to numb it, but no, I could feel every single pain. They even had to inject inside the tooth, and as they did that, I literally made noises. I was making noises. I don't really do that, because look, I'm fine with needles. I've taken a lot of injections. I've had a lot of blood sucked out of me. I know what's the pain like, but this was so bad. Like the pain of the needle going through the teeth was so bad. Like this tooth is my number one villain of the year. You know, I'll try and clean it on my own and see what I can do with it. I can brush it up. I don't think that's gonna work. Look how far it's gone. Exactly, it's not gonna work out. Uh, okay, so we have. It's starting to hurt so much. That's why I have a scarf on me. You know, uh, for the past few days, the toothache was actually affecting my ears, and even this gum pain affects my ears now. I've taken 2 pain tablets before, but not as helpful. You know, it will heal. Obviously, it will heal, but not right now. Like it'll take forever to heal. Okay, so we have uh, a lot of articles. Now, this is the most hilarious article I've read. Now, if you don't know, there's a new series coming out for Amazon. It's a Lord of the Rings series, Rings of Power. Now, obviously, it takes place in the Second Age, and I don't know that much of Tolkien. I don't know that much of him, but I do respect him. He is a writer. I'm a writer. Hello. I'm a writer, but at the same time, my writing is not so good compared to Tolkien. Now, Tolkien's work was really, really put out there. A lot of people enjoyed it. There were so many adaptations, basically. There were cartoon versions, there were the movies, and now we're gonna get a TV series. Well, a streaming series. So there's just so much to talk about and go through. Okay, so there has been a couple of images posting around about the orcs that's going to be in this series, and there's also going to be female orcs. Now, here's the thing: Tolkien did mention female orcs, but they did not have a majority role. I guess they were just breeders. And I do have a slight feeling Amazon is gonna make this a feminist thing because guess what? They're gonna do a lot of the girl power stuff. You can see it already with Gladriel. You can see it already. So I wouldn't be surprised if they make the female orcs some kind of strong, independent orc or something of the sorts. They always try and do some crazy stuff. And look, a lot of people are optimistic, which is fine, which is totally fine. A lot of people are against what's going to happen, and that's totally fine as well. We can see the what can I say? We can see the we can. I'm trying to find words. We can basically see through the curtain, basically. It's so transparent just to know what they're gonna do. I know this is a fake image, obviously, it's a parody, but the orc image is real, and the orcs obviously are bad people, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try and normalize orcs or try and make them feel like the good guys, especially with the female orcs. That's gonna be very troubling. But there will be people out there who will defend that because female orcs and stuff, but still female orcs do not have a major role in the series, so I don't see why they should have one in the first place. You know, and you can say, well, maybe they can put them in the back, but that will be their against their code of women power. Because you can't just have a couple of females breeding. To them, that's evil. To them, that's evil and sick. So you have to make them do a lot more than just breeding. In fact, do other stuff besides breeding. So I wouldn't be surprised if the female orcs are so masculine and they take down all the elves and they take down like armies. I wouldn't be surprised because let's be real, it's gonna be such a crap show, and this female orc might even be friends with the hobbits, or well, there's gonna be hobbits or half-foots or whatever you call them. There's also gonna be I've heard there's gonna be a lesbian relationship. Now that sounds good in pen and paper, but this isn't my stories. If this was my stories, you know for a fact there would be like hundreds of lesbians. But uh, yes, the orca argument. Well, like, if it was my work, there would be hundreds of lesbians, but this is not my work. This is Tolkien's work. This is how Tolkien wanted his work to be. I don't see why they should shatter it and turn it into something of their own work. Because if they can add their own ideas to the series, they can come up with their own stuff immediately. But a lot of SJWs, they do not do that. They always like to, you know, uh, and it looks like I got censored by YouTube for using the F word. Oh, really? Well, I don't have any censors over here, so maybe YouTube did that because I always want my comments to be totally open. Let me see if I missed anything because I don't have anything, so maybe it's YouTube. YouTube will always do crazy things. Uh, oh, okay, here we go. I haven't seen this comment. I guess I don't really see a lot. Okay, hold on. If it sends, I need to check. Oh, it hurts so bad. Okay, okay. So when I start from top chat, when I start from the top, I see some comments, but when I start from live chat, I can see everything. It doesn't make sense, honestly. I don't get what the big deal of both is. They could just have one live chat. That's it. Because I still don't know what top chat means. I don't think anyone knows. Okay, Canada technically allows abortion until birth. I'm not going to assume tons of women take advantage of that, but it isn't. But it isn't some feminist dream. It's a real legal creep possibility. Wow, yeah, that's YouTube for you. Yeah, YouTube will do a lot of crazy things. Honestly, my stream is doing okay. All right then. So, speaking of the half-foots or hobbits, whatever you want to call them, at this point, there's going to be a lesbian relationship. This is what I've heard. It could be fake, possibly real, because if you know Amazon, they're going to shove something in it. They're going to shove something in it. I know it. They've hired a lot of SJWs, and that's the problem, you know, because they only care about themselves, literally care about themselves. They're selfish, in other words. They're not making this for the fans. They're making this for themselves and their Twitter friends. That's it. That's literally it. Uh, so, yeah, I'm sorry if I never shave over here. I'm so sorry if you can see the stash. I'm so sorry. It's just I can't shave every day. I have to shave like every 2 days because if I shave here, it'll just be skin. Because nothing's gonna come out. I've tried it before in the past. It doesn't work as well. But when I shave every 2 days or every 3 days, obviously I get a lot of hair out, and it's much pleasant to look at. I can't stand looking at myself with no hair. I just can't. Uh, okay, so I do fear what's to come for the series. It's coming on September 2nd, the day of Tolkien's death. Now, some of them may have thought that maybe it's honoring Tolkien, but others will take it as a big middle finger to Tolkien. Now, honestly, I don't know why they even put it on the 2nd. They could have put it on a different day, but let's just see their own reason why. I don't think they've given any reason for that, so I really wonder what's their reason. Don't worry. I'll try and shave, or before next time when I'm using the camera, I'll try and shave. I look so terrible, and I'm sorry. Okay, we have a lot of interesting news to talk about. So let's talk about Astro Boy. I'm sure many of you all have heard of Astro Boy. When I was a kid, I watched the 3D movie, and obviously I saw some of the cartoons, like the old cartoons later on. It was pretty good. It was very good. But now it's gonna reappear, be reanimated, and this time will tackle modern issues. Don't you just love when shows from the past have to now bitch and talk about modern issues? And guess what? It's not going to be a two-sided situation. It's going to be a one-sided thing. I still don't get why the West keeps getting all the good stuff. That's the problem. All these Western companies need to stop with it. They can make all their crazy social justice shows and let them have it. It's fine if they want to make their stuff. But taking other people's work and trying to change it for your own stuff, it's annoying. It really is annoying. And secondly, when it comes to like modern issues like social media, like guess what? Social media, it's such a crazy experience. Okay, what happened? Hmm. Okay, it's working for some reason. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should leave the camera off just for now. Anyways, social media is crazy. Tackle modern issues and environmental damage. Here's the thing, if you really want to save the environment, you have to do a lot more than just put it on cartoons. You have to actually save the environment. You have to go out and clean the environment. You have to go and judge companies and corporations, factories, and be very harsh on them. You don't just, wave a freaking poster and that's it. You have to do more. And a lot of people say socialism is the answer. No, it's not. Okay, you know, and eating bugs is not going to help either. Bugs are creatures too. They have pain. They feel pain. They deserve a chance to live. You know, we are changing so much for the worse. If you want to change the environment, we have to lower ourselves from the harsh realities that we have built. You know, stop buying every single phone that comes out. Stop buying every single piece of technology when it comes out. Stop giving in. Instead of protesting people for not wearing pride flags, protest against people who pollute the environment. There's plenty of countries that also cause a lot of pollution, but hey, no one talks about them. They always go about the West. And the West has been pretty much clean. You know, in some areas, anyway. So and that's the thing is messages. You can have good messages, but people are tired of that. The current audience don't want messages. I do not want a message when I'm watching something. I do not want that. And you're not going to be getting your only environmental friendly stuff. You're going to be getting a lot of hatefulness coming from this new reboot. Because trust me, a lot of people these days, when they try and sell a message, they always have spite in it. They don't really speak from the heart. They speak from, I would say, a separate place where hatred dwells upon. Yeah, Japan. Please stop letting others adapt your work. Exactly. Stop letting them adapt your good work. Uh, Dead on arrival. Exactly. It is dead on arrival. This is how it works. A trailer comes out, people point out the woke stuff, and then the media calls everyone isms. It releases and it sucks, and then they wonder how it could have happened. It happens all the time. Nice profile picture. That's a very cute one. Okay. Uh, I think a lot of Eastern countries, a lot of people who make stuff from, Asia, should at least stop giving things to the West. Put a halt until people in the West at least changes. Maybe a couple hundred years. I'm fine with losing content. If it is, you know, to protect stuff, I'm totally fine. I don't want to see a Western Astro Boy reboot. It'll suck so bad. Okay, my camera is freezing. It's freezing. I'm sorry. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Sometimes it's so good, it works so fast, and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, what do we have over here? Something very important. Look at this. Lightyear director confirms that Alphabet character was not part of the early development of the film. Oh, wow. I'm not surprised. If you don't know, there was the same sex kiss in the movie. Now, this was actually taken out of the movie, but they decided to put it back in because politics. It was a political kiss because they did this for the sake of Ron DeSantis. You know, they were angry at Ron DeSantis for having a parental rights bill. So they saw it upon themselves to basically respond in a way and put the scene back up, and for that it's banned in like 14 countries. It's banned plenty of places. A lot of people will not see it anymore. It's banned in so many countries, and Chris Evans, the guy who voices Lightyear, called people idiots for refusing to see it. You know, and don't be surprised. Chris should not be surprised when people do not want to see stuff like that. Because guess what? You call them idiots. You know, like these people do not want to educate you, do not want to speak to you like normal people. They just call you bad people. That's it. And they do not want you, but they want your money. Understand? Young Ripper will say it very, very clearly. You know, you can watch their stuff. You'll go after their stuff. You'll watch their content, consume their content. But when we make our content, you think those people are going to consume our stuff? No, they won't. No, they won't. They'll drag us down. They do not want us to even be in the industry in the first place. So don't be surprised when like Hollywood celebrities, some of them, and some woke people who work in the media are against independent characters, independent studios, and stuff like that. They don't want you to have anything. They want you to consume these type of stuff, and that's it. You know. It made like 51 million. Dang, from 4,000 theaters and only 48 million worldwide. That's not bad, but 200 million, that's a lot. Uh, and look, Toy Story 4 was trash. Toy Story 4 was so trash. Okay, I don't understand why they wanted to make another. I know this is not technically Toy Story, but it's connected to that universe. I get it. I totally get it. But let's be real for a second. Okay, this had nothing to do with Toy Story, nothing to do with Woody, nothing to do with all the other toys. And the previous movie, the previous movie, honestly, it was so bad to watch. It looked good, but it was so bad. Toy Story 4, it had such a poor story, and that's the problem. I felt like they were drained up after Toy Story 4. And they'll continue with these legacy characters. I think they should make something new because then they can open a new pathway. Because when I write stuff, I can't cling to the same character over and over. I have to always put restrictions. I have to make a brand new character. I have to look for different stuff. Is this working? I wonder. But anyways, well, Toy Story was kind of ruined by romantic crap in Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3. So it's no big loss. I'm debating whether to rewatch the original Mulan. Ooh, I haven't watched that movie in such a long time. I watched it when I was a kid, but yeah, I never watched the remake. So a lot of people complain about the remake. I just watched those videos and people complaining about that. Uh, okay, okay. Um, I really like a lot of the old stuff. I really like a lot of the old cartoons. You know, I love it. I have an entire season. Well, not entire season. In fact, all 6 seasons of the Gummy Bears. All of the episodes are with me. I have it on DVD, and that's so good because I grew up watching it, and this was something made long before my birth. Long before my conception. So obviously, having all of these old cartoons, it feels great. I watch a lot of the old Mickey Mouse cartoons, Donald Duck, Goofy, a lot of the old Looney Tunes, because you can't really get that same magic from the past in the present. It's very difficult to kind of capture that, you know. Okay. So I guess some people do not like the modern cinema. You know, I think there are some good moments in modern cinema. There's some good moments, but at the same time, I guess storytelling. I guess you know maybe visuals. They're really good at visuals. They're really good at making the movies look very awesome and feel like a good experience. You know, when you go to the theater, it's an experience. You know, the audio is so loud and the sounds and everything just feels so good. It's all about the experience. You know, when I watched recently, when I watched Encanto earlier this year, and the Batman, um, obviously that experience was so unmatched because you know you go into a theater, you're sitting in, the audio is different from your own theater. It's totally different, and you're sitting there. You can just see the screen, the bright colors. They really are good at visuals, but I say they lack a lot of story because that's what they do. Lack a lot of story. A lot of movies these days really lack a lot of story. Not every movie, but many of them, and I think that's a problem. You know, you need to have some kind of match. Okay, I have to go now because my teeth is paining so bad. I will just lie on my bed and be happy, I guess. I don't know what to do, to be fair. It's very difficult with this pain to do a lot, but I'll try and play some games and get some excitement in my life. Anyways, yes, it was really hard to capture that magic again with old cartoons and shows. That's why I've been watching SWAT Cats again. Okay, I have to go now. Have a good day. Bye.